We are starting the weekend off hot. Brad's making me help clean out the basement, which I've been telling him that I would do for quite some time now, and I haven't, so I bribed him that I would do it today. He's already down there. Here we go. This is what we have to go through. Oh my goodness. I'll also simultaneously try to put the stuff that I don't want on Poshmark. Try to do it at the same time. Because I think sometimes what stops me from cleaning stuff out is I make like a Poshmark pile and then I don't take the time to take the picture and upload it. So then it's just another pile. Goodwill. That needs to go in the PR box. This needs to go in the bathroom. Poshmark. That needs to go in my closet.
Excuse me.
That needs to go in my closet. Here's my pile. That's gonna be where I take little pictures. And we're gonna get these on Poshmark. That took me like an hour to get all of those up. So after I went through that stuff, Brad made some lunch. We ate lunch and then we got a quote back for the wedding venue that we're looking at because it's a little more, the venue that we prefer at this moment is kind of, we keep referring to it as an all-inclusive. In my last wedding, I liked being able to pick my caterer, pick my bar, bring in my own florals. Like I liked that I just paid for the room and I could do whatever I want with the vendors. This time, I like that everything is at this venue. The bar, the food, the tables, the chairs, the linens, the bartenders, everything. It's just there and I'm okay with that menu. Like a lot of people don't like when they're stuck with just a couple caterers because maybe they want something really specific. I'm okay with this menu. I'm okay with it. And both sets of parents, because we called my parents and we called Brad's parents, are kind of in agreement that if we can get more of a one-stop shop, so like my mom isn't running to go get linens while Brad's mom is going to get plates and like whatever. This venue also takes care of setup and breakdown. So after the party's over, everyone just gets to leave. Like no one has to stay and clean up. So we had like a little conference call with all the parents because since we're not having a rehearsal dinner, Brad's parents said they would help chip in for day of. And so we were like, hey, if you all take this, like this set of parents take this and this set of parents take this, me and Brad are paying for some things because since this is my second wedding, I told my parents that I am also 30. Like me and Brad are adults. We could pay for things because they already spent money on me once. So we were like, here's our proposal. If this set of parents takes this and this set of parents takes this, we will take this, 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 and this, and whatever. So we were talking to all the parents and I think everyone is generally on board, but we sent everyone the quote. So hopefully we have a venue and then that means we would also have bar and food and that would knock so many things off the list. But we are going bowling tonight with some friends from our CrossFit gym since we don't go there anymore and we miss them. And we don't have to leave for like 2 hours, but I want to go ahead and get ready and then clean out my closet. So that way I don't get in the weeds cleaning out my closet and then I have no time to get ready. And I had to wash my hair. So. My house is 100 years old, technically 101. She was 1924. So she's old, but she's got good bones, you know. However, the electrical, I mean, isn't great. it is what it is. And the Dyson, she's powerful. So sometimes when I'm in the middle of doing my hair, it trips the circuit and then it stops working and I have to reset the outlet and give her just like a minute to kind of reboot. So I got through the bottom of my hair and now I'm just gonna let old girl chill out for a second. I was gonna straighten my hair. I haven't like legit straightened my hair with my straightener that I've had since college in a while. I've been doing just like these flippy ends and then curls if, I don't know, like for my sister's baby shower last weekend. But I almost did, but then I didn't, and I can't tell if I regret that decision or not. Obviously I work from home, I can do whatever I want. But, oh, another update, I got a new piercing. I got my forward helix. I actually had it. I had that piercing. I had two of them, two forward heli. But I was in a boxing match in college and I won, by the way. And I had to take all my earrings out for the boxing match. And so I took them out and they closed up almost instantly. So I haven't had them in a really long time. And so me and she was one of Brad's friends first, but now she's one of my friends. And I like to say that she likes me more than Brad. But she, actually there's two of them. Brad was a part of this cute little girl gang, and this is not related, but it kind of is. They're both lesbians, and so they called Brad their honorary lesbian, because Brad's for the girls. So anyways, I love both of those girls. They're so great. And one of them lives in town, one of them doesn't. So we don't get to see her but like holidays or if she comes home or things like that. But our friend that's in town, she was like, do you want to get piercings? And I was like, yes, I do. And so she got her industrial. We went on Thursday. She got her industrial, which she also has had before, but it came out and then it closed up. And then I got my forward helix that came out and closed up. And so Brad was just emotional support for everybody. So we had a little girls' night, got some piercings. I'll tell you, I have 6 tattoos. I think that's right. And 15 piercings. I think that's right. And I haven't gotten anything new since I've been dating Mr. Bradley. And that's like the longest I've gone without a piercing, other than this one, without a piercing or a tattoo since dating Brad. Or it's the longest I've gone without a piercing or a tattoo, some kind of body modification, since I turned like 18. Actually, that might not be true. No, I think that's true. So anyways, it was long overdue, and now I'm like, should we get tattoos? Brad is no piercings, no tattoos. My sweet little pure man. So I will probably be getting a tattoo because now I got the itch. I'm like, I got a piercing, but let's get something fun. I kind of want to, so I have a tattoo right here, and then I have a tattoo right here. So I kind of want something maybe like here or something. But I do like that all my tattoos are kind of like here up. Let me rephrase that. I like that I can pretty much cover them. Like 2 years ago for work, I went to Dubai and Singapore and Mexico and Brazil, and I was supposed to go to Egypt, but that got canceled. But when we were preparing to go, it was the first time our company had sent people overseas. So everyone was a little nervy. But one thing that my boss had to ask our director, so she could ask the client that we were doing work for, was kind of like cultural do's and don'ts. So like when I was in Dubai, I made sure I did wear tank tops, but they were thick strapped, but I wore pants or a maxi dress the entire time. When we went to work, I had on like a polo with sleeves and long pants. I think I just had joggers, but outside of work, I made sure that thick straps, I mean, it was like 110 in Dubai. It was so hot. But thick straps when I did wear tank tops, but I always had either like linen pants or a maxi dress or something. So I tried to be respectful and more modest than like shorts or anything like that. Anyways, the point of that story was my boss had to ask my director if tattoos were okay. She was like, can you ask the client in Dubai about tattoos? Like, because do I need to cover them? And our director was like, Courtney has tattoos. My boss was like, Courtney has several tattoos. But in a work environment, I also get cold very easy. So more often than not, I am in long sleeves. I'm honestly in layers at work. I love fall fashion because I love like a hoodie with a jacket and like I love layers, but I am a summer gal, I'll tell you. But I really love fall fashion. So anyways, my director was like, I didn't even know Courtney had tattoos. And my boss was like, yeah. So I do like that I can cover them up if I need to. So like even if something was here, if I was in long sleeves, it's fine. Because I mean, I've worn short sleeves to work and you can see this and this. But it's just, I like being able to cover them. There's none, like, the other ones are on my feet. I have one on my ribs. Like, so if I get another one, it would probably be somewhere, yeah. Something like that. Maybe I can make Brad get one too. He probably wouldn't. He is, which I feel like a lot of people feel this way. He was like, well, whatever I get, I want it to like have meaning. And I get that. And I was that way with my first tattoo as well. But then once you get one, you're kind of like, oh, I can put whatever I want on my body. So all of mine have meaning and they mean something to me. And I love them all because they represent different like time periods and phases of my life, and I love them all. But after a while you kind of are like, it doesn't really have to mean anything, I just like it, so I want it. Brad left though to go to, he's going to Harbor Freight or something. He wants to buy a tool. I don't know. I was like, I don't care, just go buy it. I don't care. Then I think he's going to Costco too to get gas. So he left me. And before bowling, one of my best friends is going to bowling. A couple weeks ago, she had a baby shower. I think I vlogged that. And she's having a baby girl and I can't wait to spoil that girl. But she is in the home stretch and she texted me and she's like, do you want to come over and see the nursery before bowling? And I was like, I would love nothing more. I'll be there. Oh my God. So we're going to stop by her house, her and her husband's house, I guess. And see their nursery and I can't wait. So if the parents are cool with the venue, we're sending, well, regardless of if they're cool with the venue, we're sending save the dates out. We're not sending them out this weekend, but we're ordering them this weekend. My incredible manager got me a brand deal with Vistaprint for my invitations and stuff. And I need to order them this weekend. Regardless of the venue, we're between two venues. We like one more than the other, and that's what we pitched to the parents. But either way, the date is the same because both venues have that date. So it won't really matter for the save the dates. We can just put the date on it. We don't necessarily have to put the venue and just say details coming later, I guess. But we need to do that this weekend because I need to do this brand deal. Let's see if I can finish this hair.
You're struggling. I'll get you a cavity one of these days.
Brad's just jealous because I don't have any cavities and I have never had cavities and he has. Good morning. Jesus. My best friend Kristen, whose house we went to look at her nursery before bowling last night, got us this as a little engagement gift. It's this cute little basket and it's got 2 mugs. It's got this candle that's funny. It's got Blade & Bow bourbon, which if you're not familiar with Blade & Bow, it is distilled here in Louisville. But there are keys, and each key has a letter. No, each key has a number, and there are 5 keys, and you collect them all.
The 5 keys to making bourbon. That's what it's for.
And if you collect all 5 keys and then send them in, you get like a gold cup at their distillery to say that you spent a lot of money on bourbon. But also, it's kind of like Blanton's. If you've ever had Blanton's, the tops of the Blanton's bourbon bottles spell Blanton's. The little horses, they're B's, L, whatever. And so their whole thing is like if you collect all the tops, it spells Blanton's. So it's kind of like that. And then old-fashioned syrup. I love an old-fashioned. And then a little bandana for nose balls. So she got us these Yeti mugs, and we are going to use them this morning, and we're gonna take nose balls on a walk with our new mug.
She perked up. I knew she would.
Oops. Flounce around the neighborhood. We don't live in a neighborhood. Around the street.
I mean, technically this is a neighborhood.
Yeah, I guess it is true. With our new mugs, and we're gonna take Naomi on a walk. I will say, I don't really drink that much anymore. I mean, I'll have a bourbon with like Brad's dad or something. But I don't really drink that much anymore. I would rather garden. And I had, I don't know, 3 or 4 drinks last night. And my stomach hurts. And I don't like it. This is why I don't want to do this anymore. This is not worth it. I'm gonna take some of these before we go on this walk. Wow.
Turn your tongue black, by the way.
Black? Why?
Just the coloring on it.
It's pink.
Yeah, but it's in the label. Read the label.
It does not say this. I do not like this flavor. So we went bowling last night. And we played 2 games. Me and Brad both broke 100, both games. But I beat Brad in the second game. And I think that's important.
Talk about your choke on the last frame of the first game.
I was within striking distance
Pun intended.
of beating Brad the first game. And he went before me, so I knew his score. And I went to go do it. Blew it. Absolutely biffed it. I got nervous, choked. Wasn't good. So
Yeah, we're not competitive at all.
Too much to give, so you gotta be strong. Oh, take it away, Bradley. What does it matter if I know it or not?
It's not a thing, I just asked it a question.
I can't sing songs if I don't know who sings them.
That's not what I said at all.
That's what it sounded like. I broke my nail bowling yesterday. Pretty pissed about it. However, I was only gonna keep these on until my dress appointment because I feel like I shouldn't wear black nails to my dress appointment. And now is all the more reason that I'm gonna need to change them. And my appointment is next Saturday. So you can rely on the old man's money. I can rely on all my money. So far gone on your own. I will say, I love First Form's like outerwear. They're like sweatshirts, quarter zips, pullovers, things like that. They make really awesome outerwear layers or whatever. But if, oh my god, if you don't order one when they make it, you're not getting one. Like, we have quarter zips that I wish we bought like 2 of, or they made in another color, and they just don't even make it anymore. They just like made that style for, I don't know, until it's sold out, which is usually like a month, and then they make a new style and they don't make that one again. And I kind of wish they restocked things and like kept styles that were popular. Granted, they are a supplement company and not necessarily a clothing company, but I got this crew neck or whatever. It looks kind of like a baseball crew neck, you know what I mean? Brad used to play baseball, so I was like, he'll like this. But it's kind of, I got a large, and I don't know, like, it looks like it fits me. I don't know. So anyways, we took Nall's balls on a walk, and I'm gonna do some client check-ins, and I'm gonna try to clean out my closet because I really only got through that stuff from the basement. I never had time to start going through my closet before we left for bowling. So I'm gonna try to do some of that, and then we're gonna peace out of here. We are gonna go to the UPS store because I sold some stuff on Poshmark and I want to get that out to those gals. We're gonna go to the gym, and then we will be at my parents' house for family dinner. I've showed in a couple videos, my dad is building a room onto their house, which I don't know. I feel like when you grow up, you know that hopefully you'll own a house, but like the fact that my dad just like added square footage to their house, it's like in my head that like you can't do that. You just buy the house and that's your house, and he made a whole new room. Like, I don't know. It's just wild. So anyways, he also redid their deck, but my mom wanted like a 3 seasons room, even though now it's like a 4 season. It's a room. But anyways, that's his bourbon room, and they got cabinets and countertops installed, I think while we were in Aruba, and then my dad did the flooring last week, and then we took the couches up. So me and Brad were like, we could sit in the bourbon room. He put a fireplace in there too. And we were like, we could sit in the bourbon room with the fire before dinner and order our save the dates. So that's like really our main goal today. Today's also my niece's birthday. She just turned 3. And we always joke that she is either going to rule the world or burn the world. But either way, the world's gonna be hers. But we celebrated her birthday on Friday because she is at her dad's this weekend. So she celebrated with my family Friday. And then she'll celebrate with her dad's family today. And then my nephew turns 5 next week. So my little babies are grown up. And then before you know it, my other sister's son will be here and I'll have a new nephew. It will be fresh. Let's knock out some cotton chickens.
Change of plans. We're not going to my parents for dinner. We're gonna go to the dog bar with my family for family dinner. But that means we're not going to the gym because the gym is close to my parents and our theory was to just go to the gym on the way to my parents, so we're not doing that anymore. But our wedding bands are ready, so we're gonna go pick up our band. Yeah, just kidding. We got in the car. It's freaking closed on Sundays, the jeweler, so we can't even, we're literally still sitting in front of the house. Brad like pulled up the maps on his phone and we were like, wait, it says it's closed. Well, guess we're not going to get our wedding bands. We built my standing desk, although we haven't been able to get this one out yet. So, come on. Are you having the best time? No. Hey, are you having the best time? Go get him. Go.
But he said if I can wear the one for Alan's, which is gray.
Hello, good morning. It's Tuesday. I had such a busy day yesterday. Let me tell you about it because I didn't vlog a second of it. One, it was just another Monday at work, and I don't know if your job is like this, but Mondays are usually just busy because people kind of, you slack off on Friday because you're like, oh, it's Friday, it's the weekend, and whatever, and then you come back Monday and you're like, oh my god, I have 45 things to do. So work was busy, which is good. It makes the day go by and whatever. And then my niece's birthday was on Sunday, and for her birthday we got her first pedicure. So me, both my sisters, my mom, and my niece went to get our toes done, and we all got pedicures. So it was her first pedicure. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. And we did that, and then we went and got dinner because she wanted dinner. And then I got home at like, I don't know, 7:30. And then guess what? We had volleyball at 8:40. So I got home, sat down for like a second. I think I fell asleep with my mouth open, I'll be honest. And then Brad was like, okay, we gotta go. And then we had volleyball at 8:40. We won, thank you for asking. And then we got home and we got into bed at like right before 11. And I mean, I was fast asleep. Fast asleep. So now it's Tuesday. Anyways, I'm gonna sit here, eat my breakfast. Look at this. Sourdough toast, guac, salmon, eggs with cottage cheese, goat cheese, hot honey. Hot honey is key to this. And then red pepper flakes. It's so good. So good. And coffee, of course. Anyways, I'm gonna eat this. And then we really gotta start work today. I got an interview today that I need to do. Like, I'm giving the interview. We need to clean up this house a little bit because, well, I'm gonna try to do a little bit because it's easier to do a little bit than just wait until the last minute. And I'm like, oh my god, I have so much to do. I'm dress shopping this weekend on Saturday, and Brad's whole family is coming. Granted, he's one of 2, so his whole family is his parents and his sister, his brother-in-law, and their little girl, so our niece. But that's still, like, I invited his mom and his sister, and his parents live in Nashville, and his sister and his brother-in-law live in Richmond, but I invited them, and I was like, if you can make it, I'm going dress shopping on the 1st. I would love for you all to be there. Of course, I love them. I think they're so great. They're the in-laws and the family that you want to marry into. Obviously, I think the same about my family, but they were like, yeah, we'll be there. And I was like, okay. Granted, I had a feeling Brad's mom would be here regardless because Nashville is only like 2.5 hours away, but knew it would be a stretch for his sister. They're busy. They are just busy people. And I mean, me and Brad are really busy. So I was like shocked in a good way when she was like, I will be there no matter what. Like either she thought about flying in Saturday morning and flying out Sunday. And then her husband, my brother-in-law, he was like, oh no, we're all coming. Like, what work? I want to come. We're all coming. They're not coming to he's not coming to the appointment, but so they're going to drive down Friday, which is like 8 hours, 9 hours. And with our niece, she's almost 1. Her birthday is next month. They're staying here Friday night. They were like, we don't want to impose. And I was like, girl, you stay here. We have the space. Like, you guys can have all of upstairs. Obviously, we'd have to share a bathroom. So they're going to stay here Friday. And then they got a hotel with a hotel room with Brad's parents for Saturday night. But they're coming early because Brad's parents aren't coming until Saturday. So I was like, yes, please come stay with us. So I need to clean the house because they're coming. So I need to do a little bit of that. We are doing one final tour of the venue that we really like tomorrow. Brad hasn't seen it. I went by myself because Brad was out of town and my mom had a hair appointment. And so I went by myself. So, hello. Have you ever thought about keeping the water in your mouth that you drink? Or do you want it all over my rug for later? You want to save it for later? Okay. Before we say yes or no, which I think we're saying yes, me, my mom, and Brad are gonna go see it tomorrow so they can both see it. I mean, I took pictures and whatever, but I just want them to like see it in person. So we're gonna see that tomorrow. We already ordered our save the dates because regardless of the venue we pick, the date is the same. So we ordered the save the dates. I'm meeting with our photographer who just happens to be one of my really good friends. I'm meeting with her later today. And honestly, it's just because I miss her and I haven't seen her, and we're really just catching up. Granted, I mean, like, I was like, please send over your contract and whatever, and we're gonna kind of talk about it. But like I said, she's one of my friends. So I'm meeting with her later. We are trying to figure out a DJ. I emailed a couple. I'm not familiar with the DJ scene in Louisville. So we really liked the DJ that one of my best friends had for her wedding in 2023. But he's busy, he's booked, which good for him. But he gave us suggestions or like recommendations. He was like, I'm not free, but can I give you some people? And I was like, yes, please. So I emailed them. I'm debating on a videographer or if I just wanna give someone this camera, debating. If we choose the venue we're looking at tomorrow, then food and bar is taken care of there. So we wouldn't have to find vendors for that. And then I would get my dress and we would just need florals and decorations, I guess. And I mentioned this in my last vlog, but we want all of this done by like April or May because we want to spend the summer just like chilling. Like I do not plan on spending my summer like worried about this because it's not worth it. Granted, I'm like so excited. I'm so excited for this day. I think it's gonna be so fun, but I do not see it as something that should add stress to our lives. In a negative way. Like, I think planning can be a good kind of stress. Like, oh, what venue are you picking? I'm getting a dress, let's get his tux, like all those things, but I don't see it as being like this big thing. So that's where we're at with wedding planning. It is bright as hell. I finished work and on my way to the gym, I stopped by UPS to ship my Poshmark orders. I did get to have a coffee with my photographer on my lunch break, my friend. I loved it. We planned some stuff. Easy peasy. And now I'm gonna work out with Mr. Bradley and hopefully we have a semi-easy night in. I say that, but it's gonna be filled with cleaning and things. Which honestly, I'm just glad we won't have to leave the house after this. But I did get the last spot in the parking lot at the gym and I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's kind of making me nervous. I think I've said this before, but I'm gonna say it again because it's my vlog and I can do whatever I want. I used to never want to work out with my significant other. Like, I thought it was such, I don't want to use the word invasion of privacy. I used to and still use the gym as like a place to decompress, and sometimes that was me time. Like, that was me needing a moment to myself to kind of figure things out. And then I don't know why, but the idea of the person I'm dating, who I'm supposed to be like quote unquote trying to impress, I guess, the thought of like struggling in front of them, like with a heavy weight, or like what if they think that my squat form is bad, or what if they don't think I'm strong, or whatever. I was like, I never want to work out with my significant other. Obviously me and Brad met at the CrossFit gym, so before we even started dating, he saw me struggle. But I think CrossFit is such in my opinion, and at the time in our gym, it was such a healthy environment for community and for challenging yourself and your friends, and it was a healthy environment to struggle. Like, I have never been cheered on to fail as much as I did in a CrossFit gym. And I mean like failure as in like my friends wanted to see me PR, and sometimes that meant I went for a weight that was a little too heavy, but I tried my damnedest and they cheered me on the whole way. And so I think there's just such a different perspective with Brad, because we were both in an environment where strong was celebrated and the struggle was celebrated, and learning and trying to better yourself was so celebrated, instead of like a commercial gym where you are usually working out by yourself and people don't really communicate and you just have headphones in and whatever. So I used to never want to work out with my significant other, and now I'm just like, I'm like, do you want me to like wait for you to go to the gym so we can go together, or what are you doing? And like when we got to the gym, I was like, what do you want to do today? And he's like, well, I kind of want to do a back workout. What do you want to do? And I was like, well, obviously I want to do legs. And he's like, okay, we can do legs. And I was like, you can do back. And he was like, no, I don't want to work out by myself. So, but now we're gonna go home and walk Nels balls, because it is 65 degrees outside. I finally feel like myself again. We got salmon, green beans, and then I have some yogurt and granola. Good morning. I am up earlier than almost always because I haven't seen one of my friends in a really long time, like months, honestly. And so I was like, hey, want to see ya, because I miss you. You're my friend. Let's hang out and be friends. And she's arguably busier than me. And so she was like, would you hate me if I suggested coffee before work? And I was like, no. If that's when I can see you, I'm up. I'm ready. So I'm on my way to see her so we can chat and catch up and just be friends before work today. And it's gonna be great, and I'm so excited. It's a short list of things I wouldn't do for my friends. Getting up to get coffee is not on that list. Girl, yes, I will get up. I want to see you. Let's hang out. I love her so much. Okay, it is right after 8. I told my boss that I was going to be a little late, like logging on today, because I need to go take my car to the collision center, so to get worked on. So we're gonna head to the collision center. I'm getting a rental car. So the collision center luckily is by my house. So I will grab it and then we'll get back home, and then we have work like a normal person. The collision place was super quick, but you know what wasn't quick? Enterprise, because I had to get a rental car, and which, first of all, it's this cute little blue Camry, but that took forever. So anyways, we're back home. I have a bunch of meetings today. Thank goodness I told my boss, but we gotta get to work. Okay, I'm done with work. Oh, hello. I'm done with work. I showered. I had like a 30-minute break between meetings, so I showered really quick because we're not an on-camera company, but once a month we have like an all-team meeting where our whole company gets on one call, and we're not that big. We have like 130 people or something. And if you are presenting at that meeting, it is expected, I guess, for you to turn your camera on when you're presenting. So I had to present just like the first couple slides for the all team meeting. So I was like, I need to shower because I looked crazy and I knew I needed to have my camera on. So I did that. Work is technically we're at the end of the workday, and I am meeting them at this venue so we can look at it, and then I think we'll decide if this is like it or we need to go with something else. So I'm gonna run to meet them, but after that I need to come back and do more work because
my boss is pretty good about us flexing our hours. So this morning when I was out for a little bit of the morning because I had to do the rental car, I'm just gonna tack it on to the end of my day today. So I'm gonna head over there, meet them, and then I'll just have some more work to do later, like right before dinner. Not that big of a deal. It needs to get done anyway, so it is what it is. So I'm gonna run over there. You know what, I almost said, like, I'm so sorry this was kind of boring, but this is my life. I am not a full-time content creator. That's not true. I feel like I am a full-time content creator. I definitely feel like I put in full-time hours for this, but I also work a full-time job, and with that means that 8 to 4 most days I am on a computer doing my job, like a lot of America. So that just looks like working during the day, going to the gym after, and like hopefully hanging out with Brad at night if we're not too exhausted. And on top of that, trying to hang out with my friends and, you know, play volleyball, get coffee, do whatever. So I'm not sorry that this vlog wasn't, like, I'm not even gonna say super interesting, because this is what it is. This is my life at this moment. And I love it. So I'm not doing anything that is quote unquote cool, I guess, but these are just normal days for me. I do need to clean out my closet. I think that'll be kind of cool, but, and then obviously I told you the other day, I was like, we need to clean for Brad's sister and brother-in-law that are coming. So I'll probably do that. Honestly, I'm gonna be so honest. It will probably be tomorrow, because nothing motivates me like the last minute. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. And the next vlog, I will be wedding dress shopping. Ooh, I can't wait. Smell you later.